Welcome back. I have a video today for you that is a flip through of a altered composition book that I've been working on, and it's actually a gift for a friend, and I recycled 2 calendars in it, and I've also cut out a lot from different magazines and just put some silly stuff in there and just things that pertain to my friend, and I know that she would like it and it would have a meaning to her. So basically what I've done is, here is your normal ordinary looking composition book. It's this thin and it's lined, your typical book that you get, and you could get these in a dollar store. And so mine turned into this. They expand really thick, like really well. And I didn't do anything. It's the same spine. You can see the difference there. And I've just been adding and adding to it and working on it little by little. So I will show you what I have done. My girlfriend is a complete coffee fanatic. She's addicted. She loves it. All things coffee. I don't care what it is. If it's clothing, if it's drinking, scrapbooking supplies, she loves coffee. So I decided to make her this, and it's a journal, and she can do whatever she feels fit with it, and it's all pertaining to coffee. So here's my bow that I've created from some fabric that I found with coffee beans on it, and I shredded the edges to give it that shabby look, and then she can just slip it on and off. So there's the bow. And this is part of the calendar here, A Great Day's Brewing, with the coffee cup. And then this just was some scrapbooking paper and some washi tape that I put down here. And again, some of it pertains to her and everything, so you may not understand, and I can just briefly explain. But so some pods, because she's got just a infinite amount of coffee pods in her house for her multiple coffee pots that she has, and they all do something apparently different. So of course I opened it up as you really like, and then I hand stamped coffee. Hopefully you can see that because it's from a magazine, so it gets shiny, and I don't know if there's a glare on it. And then she's got multiple coffee pots, so this is kind of like a joke with her. I just cut out coffee pots if I found them in like an advertisement or a magazine or something. And I have a coffee pot here. And I just scribbled and drew and kind of doodled. And I found some coffee clips and I put some ribbon on it. So I thought that would look really cute with the journal. And this is now where we're going to get into the calendar. All of these images were from 2 calendars. One was a calendar that it even said on the back to please recycle and make something out of the calendar, because they were a very resourceful type of company, and go green and things of that nature. So I ripped up the calendar and this is what I created. And let's see, so journal here, I stamped this, so she has this area to journal. And a morning without coffee is like sleep. Need I say more? And found this funky little girl drinking coffee, and just bits and pieces of everything. The majority of it is the calendar, but I just started going wild with anything that I could find coffee. And so here I have part of the calendar: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Coffee of the day. I cut all these out. I fussy cut it. And these are little coffee beans in a heart, some scrapbooking paper I found and I bought for the journal. Espresso yourself, place to journal, homebrew. Hopefully there's not too much shiny on this. It's hard for me to not get a glare on the images. A little place for her to journal. I painted this. I took some acrylic paint and try to keep the colors uniform. I painted it and then I glued my stuff on it. This one is like a coffee travel. She likes to frequent coffee shops, so I thought she could take pictures and place her photos here of where she went. And I stamped a little car here and a little camera over here, and I ripped up some old maps and put them throughout, and this was part of the where each tag it says coffee, that was part of the calendar. Did some stitching, some stamping, some arrows. My favorite coffee shop, I stamped them with those little tiny peg stamps that are alphabets, and then I just cut out little pieces around it with the paper and made a title. So she can journal about her favorite coffee shop and then maybe put a picture here. Another spot to journal. And I have a coffee stamp ring, so I stamped a coffee stamp ring there. This is part of those coffee cup sleeves, and so I cut it down and opened it up, and I used it in here, so it's got that oh, there's a name for that. I can't think of it now, but it's got texture to it, so I just thought that was really cool. Where would the world be without coffee? And then this cup had a map on it for the world, so I thought that was fitting. Definitions of a coffee drinker: addict, obsessed, dependent, junkie, freak. Place a photo of her there. Laughter, joy. I made a little pocket here. Got a little coffee cup stamped on the journaling card, so she can put that in there, or maybe put more stuff of anything she collects. And so I stamped some coffee there, a little coffee cup and a ring. The ring's here. Cup of Joe. Cup of coffee is happiness tasted, shared, and time with a friend well spent. And then I put like a little house here, photo. Home is where the coffee is. She can maybe put her house there, or maybe her kitchen with all her coffee pots in it. And just a kind of a collage-y page here. Some dessert, coffee, her pods. And then I put little labels here, so if she had like maybe her favorite kind of coffee or places that she frequent, she can put that there, right on it. Name your coffee pots. Oh, that's what it was, because she's got multiple coffee pots. Like I was telling you in the beginning of the video, they all do multiple things. I don't know, I'm not a coffee drinker, so I can't tell you too much about it, but I think she is an expert and she could. So I had more of these coffee tags that were from the calendar, and then I just put some paper on the back, and then she can journal on the back, or maybe do like dates or something. Had a little bag, so I stuck them right in there. And this is a little die cut I had that said coffee shop. It's like a little grinder. Another clip. More collaging coffee. And then I started here to make these empty pages where it says Sunday, and this is part of the calendar here, and each one will have a picture and then the day. So this says Monday, Tuesday with the 2 images, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Got another clip. And then what I did was I took, this was kind of like canvas sort of, and I cut it down, and then I stamped little coffee beans on a twill. I think that's called twill. And I stamped the coffee beans on it so that would match with the coffee theme, and then just strung it on the coffee clip. And then these were just blank, no more dates, then she can just write whatever. Java, cup of Java. Place your photos here. A little bit more collaging. And again, this is all from the calendar. Don't forget, put some labels there that she can put whatever. She's a big Monopoly person, So I incorporated Monopoly in here, and this was an article about who created Monopoly. And then that's her. She's a T-Rex before coffee. And then she's a little fuzzy sea lion after coffee. And this one has the coffee cup in front of him. And then the T-Rex, I stuck a little pod in his hand because he needs to go have coffee. And just some crazy little things I put in here about like what to do in case of not having coffee. I did a belly band here where she can, and I stamped down here brochures where she can, anything she collects from the places she goes, and it's just something for like memorabilia. I embossed and sewed around on this tag and then embossed it. I have an embossing folder that has coffee beans. I have a lot of coffee stuff, and I don't really even drink coffee, but it's just cute, you know. Just I like to do kitchen layouts and different things. I do a lot of recipe books, so I always have something going with pertaining to food or whatever. But so anyhow, I made this tag, then I embossed it and did a die cut there that says coffee, and created another little bag and put the same coffee die cut here, but in a different color, and made that like a little tuck, little pocket. And then this was a pocket here that I created and used some washi tape going down here all about coffee. This is washi tape that has coffee on it. And another little bag pocket. That one has an espresso machine on it, which is a die cut I have. That says coffee, embossed it again, sewed on it. So stick that in there. This was a tag that I just did some collaging on it, and this is part of the coffee sleeve, and coffee on it. Just little bits and pieces I had left over. Espresso machine, little tag. And then this was, I found this in a magazine. It's a coffee cup that they molded into, like, well, it's an image, but with coffee beans. So I just drew some smoke, like steam from the coffee coming up, and then left the page blank so she can journal or put pictures or whatever she wants. This is part of the other calendar. Perfect days begin with coffee. I stamped, sorry if I was out of frame, different rings on it, and some of the coffee cups that were in the calendar. This one I just collaged. I collaged this whole page, punched out some scallops, circles, and just did some dots around it. This was part of the calendar, like the 29th day, the 14th day, the 7th day, and just kind of randomly put that so she can journal or put different, I don't know, like, you know, just pictures or sayings or dates or something that she was out and about doing and shopping. Friends gather here, maybe pictures of other people that she's had coffee with, and more of the calendar, just random pictures, coffee house. Really, really cute images. This I painted, and then it says on the 8th day God created coffee. So I just kind of like polka dotted it and doodled on it, and more pages for her to do whatever she would like. Love begins with a single bean. So the coffee beans that I did I stamped on the twill, I stamped over here on this page, and then I stamped little hearts around it because it has to do with love. And I'm assuming this was probably like the February page because everything was coordinated to the holidays and so forth. And then an empty area for her to put something or write something. And have coffee, will travel. I stamped that with my alphabet stamps, and did a little border going down here of a map with coffee on her travels or whatever. Maybe she wants to do a destinations of places she'd like to go. And then I like this owl because he was just so bold. I mean, he's like right in your face. And I just thought he was really cool. So I cut him out. And then I painted a moon and I painted the background first, obviously. And then I put down the owl. Then I put caffeine because, you know, he's nocturnal and he's up at night. So he needs coffee and caffeine. And I just loved his face. And just some more from the calendar, all the little bits and pieces. This page, I thought this page came out cute. This says, love coffee to the moon and back. So I had a die cut. I think this is a Tim Holtz die of the world. And I had a little coffee cup I stamped, and then I cut it out. And then this is the moon, and this is just a circle that I cut out, and I have an embossing plate that has splatters and or an embossing folder, and so it looked like craters on the moon. So that's how I kind of came up with that concept. And I did arrows and like Wi-Fi going back and forth, because if you're on Earth or on the moon, you're gonna have coffee. At least she would. So that's how I kind of envisioned that. And then this says, take time to stop and smell the coffee. And I have these coffee cups with little flowers growing out of the ground. Why not? And then this one, you're all looking at it and saying, why do you have a toucan in a coffee journal? Well, when we were kids, and right here, I took this, it says BFF, because this is for my best friend. And when we were kids, we went to recreation during the summer, and we had, believe it or not, and this is going back years and years and years ago, you know how rock painting right now is really popular, and a lot of people are painting rocks, and then they place them, and there's like a Facebook page and all kinds of stuff where you can take the rock and take a picture and post where you found it, and then you take the rock and you put it somewhere. So I guess painting rocks have always been around. But when we were in recreation, we had rocks, and one of the projects we had to do was paint rocks. So she had a rock that was kind of like, was like thicker, and then it came to like a point, and she painted a toucan on it. And I remember as a kid that it was the coolest thing. And I think she still has it, and she knows, and I'm sure she's watching this video, that when she finds that toucan rock, it becomes mine, because I just absolutely love it. I know it's a rock, but it's just part of growing up with her. So anyways, that's how the toucan made his appearance in the coffee journal. And I painted the background, and I did some more alphabet letters, and I named them Tuscany, the toucan loves coffee. I know it's silly, but only she and I would get it. But I had to explain the story because, you know, again, he's really big and bold, and he's in your face too, and I just love the colors on him. I thought he was so funky. So that's how he came into the journal. This was a sticker sheet that I had, and I used all the stickers, and this was still part of this on the sheet, so I took the whole thing off, and it was one big sticker, so I just stuck it on the page. And then she has these little areas to journal or write, or, you know, whatever she wants to do. So I just thought that was cute. Put some coffee cups on it. This says Coffee Nation. This is an embossing folder, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's got the world on it. And so I titled it Coffee Nation. And this is one of those funky girls I found in a magazine. Some washi tape, stamped a coffee cup. And so, you know, the world's drinking coffee. This was a collage page, stamped some coffee rings on it. She could maybe put pictures or something on it. And then this page, some washi tape, stamped a coffee cup, and I watercolored it and stamped some coffee rings on it with my stamp. Tell you, that stamp got some major use, that's for sure. And then this one is Kitten. She's she loves cats, and she rescues them, and she gives them good loving homes, and she takes care of them. So naturally I had to put a cat in there, and the cat is saying, "Coffee, please." So see, that's why I said in the beginning of the video, there's a lot of things you're going to look at and go, why do you have a cat and a toucan in a journal for coffee? But it's customized around her. So over here I put cats and coffee, so she can list how many cats that she's named and rescued and helped, and the coffee that she likes, and just, you know, it's kind of like a book all about her. And so here is a tuck that I created, and this is from the sleeve of the coffee sleeve that you put around your to-go cup. So I cut it apart here, and then I just distressed it, and then I used it as a pocket. And this was some leftover paper, so I cut out a little coffee machine and made, this says stories, and just made some journaling cards for her to just play with and have fun and look at, and whatever she wants to put on it. This was some, I don't know what it is, but it reminded me of coffee, and it's vellum, so I just attached that to it. And I like how you could see through it. And this page, I just did numbers here. Maybe if she wants to kind of correspond things with numbers or something, I don't know. She can list things in journal. Here's another type of travel page. Coffee is so delightful. I did some maps. I took part of the map. Oh, we got a little surprise in here. What is this? That's not supposed to be in there. That is supposed to be over here. Came off. So I made a little pocket and tuck here in the corner out of the map, and then created some tags. A piece of glue on there, and it says souvenirs. So maybe she can, I don't know, just whatever she wants to put in there. Things that she collects, dates and places. She goes to coffee and tea conventions, so I thought maybe that would be good for her to kind of put some of the things that she got from it, or in the future. A page here with a coffee cup that's kind of like spilling out. And I like how the colors matched. That kind of like all went together. And then this one, she's part Irish. She loves St. Patty's Day, so this is so her. A good cup of coffee is all the luck you need. Coffee. And then this is part of the calendar, so that was March. The shamrocks were part of the calendar, and then I just doodled and put some gold on it and hit it with some gold around here. You can see that on camera. And this one is more of a whole big journaling page. I had a stamp and you know, memo. Another part of the sleeve from the coffee sleeves that I just use as decoration. I think that's called corrugated, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, that just hit me, but I don't know if that's right. Another areas here to kind of journal, put pictures, flavors I like, flavors I don't like. I stamped that with my alphabet stamps. And some pods, good vibes with arrows, coffee pot, because coffee gives her good vibes. And then this one, I don't know, I was just in a mood. It says what lies beneath, and they're lily pads. So this is the top of the water. This is a coffee machine, and then I put coffee overdose victim, and she's kind of like laying there with a coffee cup in her hand. I know, that's crazy, but that's just kind of like what I came up with, because she drinks a lot of coffee. Not that I hope that happens to her, but anyways, it was just something silly. Simply put, and it says, give her the coffee and the world is at peace. So I've got someone doing peace, their hand, and a little world. And of course, here's a cat that I had to put in there. I thought that was a cute image. Cut that out of a magazine. Then I painted some clouds and did some watercolor on the sky and put some coffee cups in the tree with the cat. Monopoly, shoes, and a cup of coffee. Can't go wrong with that. This one, she's starry-eyed, so I put coffee. Did somebody say coffee? And I doodled all around it, stamped it, little animals. She has blonde hair, my friend, so I thought that was perfect. And this one is, I basically did it for coffee time. So there was a watch that I cut out of a magazine, and then I painted this gold and did some journaling areas or something for her pictures. And then I did a flip here so she can add more stuff. It's always better when we're together. So this is kind of like about her and I. So she can journal here, and then childhood adventures. And I had this little sticker that kind of looked kiddish with like a drawing in a frame. So I thought maybe she can write about Tuscany, the toucan, paint it rock. Retail therapy, she loves to shop. And I did some like mixed media here, created some butterflies and did it and painted an old book page and just kind of distressed it and just kind of randomly did stuff. Now you can shop all you want. Sometimes I wish it was yesterday. And this says I adore you. And of course there is a coffee machine right there. And I did some splatters with some ink. And I painted it with watercolor a large heart. And did some coffee rings. I love you, coffee. And another sleeve, and I made some, says you're the cream in my coffee, little journaling cards to put in here, who, what, where, when, why. Did more of the coffee beans and a spoon and just randomly kind of stamped them all over. And then the last page here, I just did some paint and a coffee machine. And then over here is like a metric chart and a ruler. And I just did some like crazy little, like here it says metric conversion table. And I put equals never enough. Hot, liquid Java, coffee beans by the pounds, by the quart, by the ounces. So all of that is just kind of like, you know, just being silly. And then that's the back. And so I'm going to mail this to her. It's a surprise. She doesn't know anything about it. And she will get this first before the video goes out. And the last thing I wanted to show you was I created these. These are the sleeves. These are those coffee sleeves I was telling you about. If you can see that. And so what I did was I just covered them with paper and embellishments. So she can slip this around her coffee. Like I have a cup right here, so it'll just go around her coffee cup and it'll be decorative, but I don't want to do that because it's too hard to kind of manipulate and I got water in there. But yeah, so that's that one. And this one says a little bird told me. Excuse me. And then this one has a coffee cup and a coffee pot on it. And she can even use them if she wanted to cut them down. She could even use them in this journal if she wanted to. But I thought that was like a cute little accessory to add to it. So that's my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you know, it inspires you because it's great. If you do anything with these books, it is a great catch-all for types of little embellishments and things that you have at home. And it took a little while to create it, but I think it came out pretty cute, and they hold up really, really nicely because I painted it. I used water, I used watercolor, and I had no problems. Thank you for watching, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Hit the little bell if you'd like to get notifications of when I do new videos, and hit the subscribe button. And I thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.